Today's topic is business process reengineering. Business process reengineering. Business process reengineering. Redefining the process of the business, the steps of the business, whatever business is taking. And here in e-commerce, the topic is more relevant because you may be working for a company which is in the business from the last 30, 40 years or 50 years, and now they are transforming their business on digital domain. They are transforming business on e-business platforms, and approaching towards e-commerce. Everyone is, as we know, everyone have online presence, and not only presence but selling on e-platforms. Right. So re-engineering here is how we can redefine our old business for better efficiency and all, for taking care of it on the e-module as well. Right. In today's ever-changing world, the only thing that does not change is change. It's changes. The world increasingly driven by the 3 C's: customer, competition, and change. Customer, competition, and change. Companies are on the lookout for new solutions for their business problems. We are looking out for new solutions for business problems, right? And not basically small solutions for the small parts, but reinventing and trying to reinvent the whole business process. Trying to reinvent whole business process. Re-engineering is the fundamental rethinking and radical redesign of business processes to achieve dramatic improvements in critical contemporary measures of performance such as cost, quality, service, and speed. And here the context is basically we are transforming our business from brick and mortar or physical business to e-business. We may be running the business on both the domain. We may have a showroom, physical showroom on Rajpur Road, and we are also selling online as well, as the most of the businesses are doing. So for selling online, for competing on the business, you need to redefine your business time to time, and this is the topic and time to redefine. The business process reengineering advocates that enterprises go back to the basics and re-examining their very roots. What are our processes and how we can change them, where the change is required, right? Where are the bottlenecks for in the change? Where are the bottleneck for the change? It does not believe in small improvements. Business process reengineering is not small improvements, not incremental innovations. It is reinventions. And BPR focuses on processes, not on tasks, jobs, or people. Process. We are talking about the process. How you are. If you are owning a manufacturing unit or a production unit, then what are the different steps of producing something and how you are going to change that whole process, not a particular task or job or people. We are here focusing on business process. We may be manufacturing a smartphone, and there may be multiple processes taking from importing small equipment parts and IC and other parts, right? And then assembling them and making a final smartphone. We are here to thinking about reinventing and changing all these processes, or making all these processes more efficient, making business processes more efficient. What to re-engineer? A business process is a series of steps designed to produce a product or a service. Series of steps, as I said. Series of steps, multiple steps. It includes all the activities that deliver particular results for a given customer. All the activities means importing raw material for a smartphone, importing components, then assembling one by one on different stations, right? And then finally packaging and all. These are the all multiple stages. And if you are talking about the reengineering, then we can change the multiple things. We can be doing multiple tasks at a particular workstation. Right? We're talking about the importance of processes. Just as companies have organization charts, they should also have what are called process maps to give a picture of how work flows through the company, As we design our workflows, right? You may be remembering the if we logic for a computer program, we were schooling and all, right? So we have to design, we have workflows, and then we have to change the steps of these workflows, or number of steps may be reduced or may be increased, or multiple workstations may be combined together for the efficiency, making it more efficient. So this is re-engineering, changing the whole thing. Why it is important? Historically, reality for organizations, high level of demand, organizations are order takers, management focus, and IT, efficiency and control of operations. Modern reality since 90s is hyper competitiveness, globalization, very demanding customers, especially if we talk about IT, or if we're talking about the e-commerce platforms. The customers are demanding, how customers are seeking value for money, and competition is high. Whether if we talk about the e-commerce deals, then we may be finding deals on Amazon as well as on Flipkart, on Snapdeal. The competition is high, so you need to re-engineer yourselves, how you are able to beat that competition, how you are providing a particular products on your market platform at a lowest rate, right? And a variable pricing system is there. So this is again one re-engineering step, can be variable pricing. In case of deals, the price of a particular product may be X at a time, and after 1 hour it may be Y. It happens, it is happening, and we got also variable pricing. So these are all are re-engineering steps to beat the competition on online marketplaces. The companies has things about variable prices, dynamic pricing. We also call it dynamic pricing, better called dynamic pricing, right? The management and IT focus, innovation, responsiveness, speed, quality, and services. So basically, technology is changing rapidly. In e-commerce domain, if you see, and a customer need facilitation. Technology pertaining to e-commerce platforms, right? As we are talking about on the first session, that if we are growing in the e-commerce, then we have to adapt to more technology platforms where we have to invest on technology regularly, right, to grow further. If we are taking the example of Ford Motor Company, this is exactly right. Accounts payable function, 500 people, most work on mistakes between receiving documents, purchase orders, and invoices. And business process reengineering principles are organized around outcomes, not tasks. If we talk about BPR, business process reengineering, we will be thinking about, we have the objectives will be the outcomes. What will be the outcomes of a particular task, not the particular task, the whole outcome. We'll talk about the complete outcome. Have those who use the output of the process perform the process. Subsume information processing work into real work that produces the information. Treat geographically dispersed resources as though they were centralized. Treat geographically dispersed resources as though they were centralized. Suppose we have multiple warehouses located on the different cities of the country, so we can think them as centralized, right? Link parallel activities instead of integrating their results. Link parallel activities instead of integrating their results. These are the BPR principles. put decision points where the work is performed, and build controls into process. Capture information once and then at the source. The information capturing should be at source. Once at the source, because if information flows further, if you are not capturing it at the source, then it may be distorted, right? It may be distorted. These are the BPR principles, business process reengineering principles, right? Prepare for BPR. These are the steps. Build cross-functional team. Identify customer-driven objectives. Customer-driven. Our focus should remain on customers. What exactly the demands? What the customer demands. Develop strategic purposes. Map and analyze as is process. Create activity models. Create process models. Right. So these are process of BPR. Prepare for BPR. Map and analyze as is process. Designed to be process. New process. Implement re-engineer. What has been re-engineered, or the process has been changed, and improve continuously. It's not a one time, but it's a continuous process, you can say. That will be business process re-engineering, continuous process. Initiate ongoing investment, review performance against target, improve process continuously. As I said, you can start an e-commerce business from 5,000-6,000 rupees with having a website with SSL, hosting spaces, and you can work as a drop shipper, can have product, you can import product on your site and all. But as you grow in the business, continuously you have to subscribe for new facilities, for multiple facilities, and you have to invest on technology, and you have to invest on more manpower, right? Expertise on different fields, for marketing, for sales, right? And for data management tools, you have to work on data management tools. You have to work on service related. You have to work on payment related issues, right? Returns, buybacks, and returns. Basically on returns you have to focus on. So you need, as you grow on the online business, as your online business grows, then you need to invest more on technology. So you have to continuously improve, continuously think about. So these are the steps. Prepare for re-engineering. There must be significant need for process to be re-engineered. Significant need for the process to be re-engineered. Right? Identifying the customer-driven objectives. The mission and the vision statement is formulated. Map and analyze as is process. Right? Second step. Understand the existing process, whatever existing is, and its shortfalls. What are the shortfalls of that existing process, and improvement areas of redesign. Improvement areas of redesign. Before we are right, activity and process models are documented. Activity and process models are documented. Then the amount and cost of each activity is calculated. If you are going to redesign any process model, re-engineer any process model, then the amount cost must be calculated, right? Because cost is the main, finance involved is the main part, right? Cost must be calculated, and the objective of cost must be calculated. Cost of each activity calculated. The objective of this phase designed to be processed. The third step 3. Objective of this phase is to produce one or more alternatives to the current situation that satisfies strategic goals of enterprise. Suppose we want to change a process 3, a process 4. There is a process 4 in assembling the components, and we want to change that process. So we want to change before implementing that change, we have to go for multiple options. The re-engineered process may be in multiple ways. So we have to evaluate all these alternatives and which alternative is more suitable for the organizations in terms of the satisfying the goals of strategic goals of reengineering and cost involvement, right? So these are the processes. Basically, we need to have multiple alternatives and we have to evaluate all these alternatives as per the strategic goals of the company, and then we have to implement that re-engineering on the particular phase. Implement re-engineering process using prototype and simulation method. Plans are designed and demonstrated. Simulations, right? Training programs for the workers are initiated and plan is executed in full scale. Training programs for workers means how? Because you have now, you are going for the engineering, your processes will be different. Your processes will be different. So your workers, your employees must know about how to operate on these processes, how to work on these processes. So this is basically training is one important part to get the efficiency after with the new process. Right? We have trained human beings, so to train employees to get to make them more efficient and to really get implemented the solution, a new re-engineered process. Improving the re-engineering process continuously. As I said, this is a continuous process, right? The progress of action is measured on change acceptance in broader perspective of the organization. Change acceptance in broader perspectives of the organization. How well the employees are informed and their commitments. And we basically schedule multiple meetings before going for such re-engineering, because our employees who are working with us for many years must, and who knows about these machines and all, they must be machines or processes, working systems, they must be mentally and psychologically prepared for change. This is the challenge of the change management. It's not an easy task, and this needs rigorous training of employees as well, so that they can work efficiently on the new systems. Because we are here for the reengineering for higher efficiencies, right, and better productivity. So if you are not able to achieve this efficiency and productivity after reengineering, then what will the benefit of that? Monitoring the results measures employee attitude, customer perception, and supplier responsiveness. All these things, customers and suppliers, the product, if you have even changes of the product features of a product, then we must also monitor customer perception for our products, right? This is also very important. And benefits of engineering. Benefits of reengineering: eliminates waste, obsolete or inefficient process. As I said, we will be going for reengineering business process reengineering only when it is required. Like we have old machines or we have semi-automatic machineries. We are using them from last 20 years. Only then we will be re-engineering our process and with the new fully automatic machineries. Getting the point? Right? So it must be required at first anywhere in the business. It may be a service business where we are implementing business process engineering. Right? It may be restaurant even business process engineering. Because the restaurant may have the old furniture from 20 years, and now the customers don't like to sit with the furniture. It's not compatible. The interior may be very old now. The interiors may be very old. Now the owner wants to re-engineer the interior of the restaurant. These are the points, processes, restaurant processes. The kitchen equipments may be, and the kitchen processes may be, right? And the service and the serving ways of, right? And a lot of, if we talk about the re-engineering in a restaurant, then we have to find out which areas we have to cover at first. It also involves the financial cost. Right? So eliminates waste and obsolete or inefficient processes. Benefits: eliminates waste and obsolete or inefficient processes. Obsolete process which is not required. Inefficient process. Significant reduction in cost and time. significant reduction in cost as well as time, revolutionary improvements in many business processes as measured by quality and customer service, increasing the competency of both top and low level companies, increases competency of both top and low level companies. Right? These are the benefits of reengineering, business process reengineering. BPR management technique focused, customer service oriented process, right? Aiming to eliminate customer complaints. The reengineering or the BPR business process reengineering must be eliminate customer complaints, right? Speed dramatic compression of the time it takes to complete a task for key business process. Flexibility, adaptive process and structures to changing conditions and competition. Quality, obsession with the superior service and value to the customers. Quality is one major issue. Innovation leadership through imaginative change, providing to organization competitive advantage. These are the techniques we focus on, right? Many public and private sector organizations and SMEs worldwide had undergone major engineering and reengineering, as I said, because of the technology changes we have to adopt for the new technologies. Different type of organizations where we can apply types of firms, organizations that BPR can be applied. BPR could be implemented to all firms, as I said. And here our context of BPR business process reengineering is right. Here our context of reengineering is most of the organizations are transforming their business models from brick and mortar or physical business to e-business and e-commerce business. They are now selling products online as well. So they must retrospect. They must also make more compatible for both the ways so that they can work and they can sync together their physical business as well as online business. So they may need re-engineering on their physical business. They may feel a requirement of business process re-engineering for their physical or brick or mortar business so that they can perform well on the e-business model, e-commerce platform as well. Getting the point? Right. They may have to re-engineer because of the information technology to be competent with the competitive environment. Implementation cost. The cost of BPR for projects applied to SMEs for selective processes varies depending on the complexity of the business environment and the number of processes. Cost really depends upon the number of processes you are going to re-engineer. Right? This is one case study on the Ford account processor. You can go through on that. This is the renowned case study on the Fords.